see the whole room. Clear as day from end to end. When somebody's speaking, I could point right at them easy and back. Should be able to hear it clearer than ever. Take that
No
audio
issues getting that
distortion
in?
out.
No issues getting that in today?
What's that?
No issues with getting that in?
I appreciate your help.
Try. You know, all these pieces of shit say I don't.
Oh, you do. You try too hard. You wear yourself out and got a short temper and...
Because I'm done with this shit. I'm done with the retaliation. I'm done with the gaslighting and them talking about we're fucking mentally unstable and we're drug addicts.
You gotta remember one thing though, to succeed, when they get you angry, they control you.
I'm not trying my best, but they got me fucking infuriated with this shit.
When they have you angry, they own and control you. Don't let them do that. That's just how I think about it. I don't blame you though. I mean, I get it.
They've gone too far.
That's why I'm doing this.
They've gone too far. All of them. Every one of them. I'm gonna make it my sole prerogative and make sure every single one of them are removed from their seats by every way possible.
And I'm gonna make sure everybody sees and hears this because they should have held out online ever. They just caption it. Just crap little junk statements that don't even get the
I'm
full
gonna do
picture.
everything in my power to make sure every single person here is removed from their seats.
I'm gonna make sure everybody sees why.
Because ain't a damn one of them care. None of them. They're liars, they're crooks, they're thieves.
Yeah, I can see that. Did you see the paper they got up there? There's some bunch of listing things in it about how they're funding the police. I don't know if you care to see it or not, but...
Are they giving more money to that corrupt ass department?
I'm sorry?
They're giving more money to that corrupt department?
Oh, yeah. There's a whole bunch of it in here.
Shit. That was stupid.
$100,000 in one, $20,000 in another.
Good for all of us.
Yeah, here we go. Here's what the $20,000 one was. Number 36. There's another one somewhere in there about the $100,000. That's messed up. Well, what do they do?
Are y'all gonna be paying them overtime to terrorize us now? Jesus. Y'all are crazy, man. Yeah, y'all are delusionally nuts. God. This is madness. No, a lot more than 20 grand can go to other than overtime to sit there and terrorize the community. Unreal, man. Unreal. The level of oblivion knows no bounds. None. Oh, man. 20 grand? Another 20 more grand to give these people?
What there was something else in there about like $100,000?
Unreal, man.
I just kind of skimmed through it, you know.
That's alright, it already shows like majority of the populace are idiots, that's why they do all this stuff.
I'll be here
I mean, hell,
tomorrow
70%
morning.
of them voted for child trafficking.
I'll be here tomorrow for Josh. For sure. That's why I laughed when I very first came up and said that was my first time right there and why. I already knew.
So what are they doing over there in the Jackson Shared area then? That's gonna be done with $100,000. Y'all actually gonna fix the places?
Doubt it.
I'm gonna get $100,000 to the damn police. Another 20 grand. City of Canton.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Canton City Council. Everyone, please turn their cell phones to vibrate. We would appreciate it. With the quorum being present, the chair calls this meeting of Canton City Council to order. Roll call vote, please, Madam Clerk. Mariel.
Here.
Babcock.
Here.
Giadesis. Here. Crystal Smith. Here. Maley.
Here.
Kimbrough. Here. Scaglione.
Here.
Chris Smith. Here. Fisher.
Here.
Cooks.
Here.
Sacco.
Here.
Morris.
Here.
12 present, Madam President. Thank you. Tonight's invocation will begin by Ward 3 Council Member Jason Scaglione, and if you'll all please stand and remain standing for our Pledge of Allegiance.
I ask God's blessing upon us as we gather for this meeting tonight. God has endowed us with many abilities and talents to be used to enhance the dignity of our city and the people who live in it. May we never abuse our elected commissions, but use our gifts for the good of those we serve. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Member Scaglione. We appreciate it. We are now under agenda corrections and changes. Leader Merrill.
Madam President, I move we suspend Rule 22A to add second readings ordinances 27 through 30 to this evening's agenda. Second.
It's been moved and seconded to suspend Rule 22A to add second readings, ordinances 27 through 30 to this evening's agenda. Are there any remarks? Hearing none, roll call vote, please. Miriam.
Aye.
Babcock.
Aye.
Giadesis.
Aye.
Crystal Smith. Aye. Maley.
Aye.
Kimbrough.
Aye.
Scaglione.
Aye.
Chris Smith. Fisher.
Aye.
Cooks.
Aye.
Sacco.
Aye.
Morris. 12 yeas, Madam President. Thank you. Motion carries and ordinances 27 through 30 are now a legal part of your agenda. We are now under public hearings and we have none for this evening. We are now under old business. Member Mayor, we have no old business for this evening. We are now under public speaks. We have 8 speakers this evening. Most of you have been with us before, but when I call your name, please come to the podium and give us your name and residential address. And you will have 3 minutes, which you can monitor on the screens. Our first speaker is Ms. Kimberly Bell. Ms. Bell.
Kimberly Bell, 1733 Morris Avenue. I'm going to read this paper I put together. Hello, Mayor Shear and Law Director Jason Reeds, council members. A few weeks ago, the shooting at Cliff's Barbershop, my son Kevin, the owner, is the owner. Once again, another avoidable murder and lives ruined for those involved and their families, as well as politics, and most of all, hot women like me. It's a safe haven for men from their wives and lady friends, not a place of violence. I would like to address the statement you made concerning the disappearance murder of Brian Gobby, and not to take anything away from what happened to the young man and those involved in this case. Your statement as the mayor is the reason the media felt it's important to cover the story and give it a lot of news coverage. But on June 6th of this year, before Brian Gobby, Jalen Gardner was murdered in a house full of people, and yes, a black child. No arrest, no news coverage, no statement from the mayor, and no attention like Brian is getting. Rather, you knew the family of the victim. Then the murder of the daughter disabled by her mother. When you cherry pick issues such as crime as the mayor, you have decided to be the judge and open up a Pandora's box and put images in the minds of the community to get justice. Knowing the history of the last mayor, who was a prosecutor, attorney, a law director, and who you look up to, at least that's what you said during the debate for office. And I'm sure you may call him from time to time for advice. That statement you gave about Ryan gives people the ideal if the mayor is involved, there will be justice for Ryan. And again, a Pandora's box of thoughts. Who is important to receive a statement from the mayor. Now, if I'm studying you like this, just think who else is keeping score. Like I said before, leave the crime to the police chief, the law director, and safety director to make statements. And truly, I believe you making that statement for Ryan was to ensure the image it was worth your time, because the image you would get from voters and making a statement just about Jalen's murder wasn't worth your time because black people don't vote. Now back to the shooting. If someone comes into your home and threatens you, you have the right to defend yourself. So this applies the same when you go to your job. I'm not the law.
I'm sorry.
I'm not
The time's up. I don't know why our
But as
system is
mayor, you can suggest to the police chief to make a statement, letting the community know there is an ongoing investigation into the murder at the barber shop, into the murder of Jalen Gardner.
Thank you, Ms.
That is
Bell.
not,
Thank you, Ms. Bell.
okay, Chris.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. I should put an extra second on yours.
Our next speaker is Mr. David Carestas.
Good evening, my name is David Carestas. I live at 626 Walnut Avenue. I guess I just need to spell it out to you tonight. That'll be easy enough for me. This is a little certificate of achievement for the Polaris program that I got during possession of a bomb or from a drug dealer when I called the ATF, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms and explosives. The FBI stepped on him, kind of messed that all up. But as I went through this program, everybody coming in here high and drunk and violating everything, and I find myself at the ready to go, and they're on drugs and alcohol, and you see a fight, and there's no police report, you get 10 days kicked out of the ministry, and then if you put up blankets and you have sex with your buddy, 2 males, you get kicked out for a day. So I think they're a little cheap. So for me, going through all that, and I walk into your courthouse here, and I look at, oh my God, what do I see? The Corinthian column put up in 1960, the Apollo, Greek God. So what God are you praying to? I'm praying to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Hallelujah.
I don't know what you're praying to. I've got a great column out here, that's what I'm staying with you. And my forefathers, my grandfather is the one that gave you your tax money, willfully, willingly. You're the one who's wasting it. Campbell walks around here with a little bucket, a little stick, picking up paper. I don't know who owns that company. But aren't they the lucky ones? For me,
Chair, members of the administration, and city council members. My name is Dan Fonte. I'm here to discuss the flood mitigation plan that council is trying to vote on. I've never heard anything about council discussing this in public session until I read about it in the repository. The only flooding problems I have ever heard about are when the creeks overflow in the city park system. I would have hoped the city would have issued a report drawn up about the problem and issued it publicly so we, the taxpayers, would be informed of the problem. What the plan is and how will it be implemented. We read that a $3.75 fee will be added to the water bills of residents that live in the city, and this will generate $2 million a year. Where will the first project that will see the flood mitigation begin, and where will it go from there? Remember, Canton Stark County is getting older and poorer, and with all the utility rates slated to go up, our seniors are going to contend with these rising costs. I'm not suggesting the plan is not needed, but it just became public. Issues like this should have been discussed with the public, being informed, and shining a light on something is always better instead of boom, here it is. In my opinion, perhaps public meetings in each of the city's quadrants would have been more appropriate to inform the public about this problem. While I'm talking, I think we have the best services in the county. In the early 1970s to the early 1980s, our joint plumbing code committees, consisting of members of Plumbers and Pipers Local 94, and our contractor association members met with the mayor and council members numerous times, trying to get them to extend our water lines 1 mile in all 4 directions of the city every year. And if we had done that, perhaps the Belton Village area would be on Canton's water system, and possibly next into the city of Canton. Canton has a water line that extends north to Hartville. Are we trying to get more homeowners and businesses to tie on to Canton's water system in that area? We have the best water and plenty of it to get more customers on Canton's water system to help us grow. Our sanitation is second to none. We should be out promoting what the city has to offer to these outside the city limits. Just recently, CEI, a local company of over 40-something years, which employed between 30 and 50 employees, moved to Massillon so they could expand and grow their business. Does the city meet or talk to local businesses to see what their needs are as it relates to expanding, etc.? If not, why not? Annexation should always be a goal of cities to bring in businesses that will provide good paying jobs that will add to our tax base. If not, we will die. Look at Columbus as an example of what annexation can do to grow a city. Remember, the Tipton Faircrest plant that was built, the city water supply and amount of water available have a lot to do with that plant being located here. If any of you want, you can discuss this with me after the meeting, or most of you know how to get a hold of me. Thank you very much for your time. Sorry I ran over.
Thank you, Mr. Font.
Perfect.
Our next speaker is Mr. Roger Gates. Mr. Gates.
I guess I'm going to start this off like this. I read some statistics and I've been going over some things since they're probably going to end up taking my house. Okay? In order to be able to live in the city of Canton right now, you have to have a minimum of about $19 an hour. Okay? I make $15 an hour. I'm a fork truck driver. I'm not an unskilled laborer. I'm not dumb. I'm not an indigent. I go to work every day, so I'm not broke, even though I am broke. Now, I started looking for housing, and housing runs $1,000 a month. I make $491 a week. How is anybody working at McDonald's or anybody working at the Speedway or anything else able to afford their housing? You're The rest here in town, I cannot afford $1,000 a month. That's half my income. How do I eat? How do I get to work? How do I clothe myself? How do I pay my gas? How do I pay my electric? Now, when I end up homeless, I have one question for all of you, okay? And I sat on the square this weekend just to kind of get a feel for this. What kind of help do you, the city of Canton, Ohio, have for me, a single male, with 3 dogs which have pre-existed for the last 10 years, okay? It's not like I just went out and got a puppy. Where is the help from the city going to come for me whenever I become homeless? Or am I going to be sitting down on the square with the rest of the homeless people, which should show more community than most of the people living in the houses because they don't even know their neighbor? At least that people know each other, they look for each other, they look out for each other, they meet up there every day in the square. How many of the people are chased off the square during the day because they have nowhere else to go? On the weekend, it's fine because all this it's oblivious because a bunch of deputies walking around downtown drunk. Watch them get in their cars. And that's fine because it's for commerce, it's for corporate city of Canton. Let me tell you what. It's sad that the people of the community, I want you guys, instead of thinking as politicians, start thinking of members of the community. We the people. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gates. Our next speaker is Mrs. Skylar Bruce. Ms. Bruce.
My name is Skylar Bruce, and I live at 2216 Volunteer Avenue Northeast. Recently, I took the opportunity of a lifetime. I met with renowned South Carolina civil rights photographer Cecil Williams, and I toured his home museum. He is known as much for the photo of him as a young man drinking out of a white-only water fountain as he is for his own camera work. Amid the collection of names and dates and still photographs, I recognize something that I see in Canton too. I see a fierce love and commitment to community. And, like Mr. Williams experienced in the 1950s through the 1970s, the leadership here comes from the community, not primarily from the elected officials. Did you know that the final pretrial in the police murder case of Frank Tyson has been delayed again? It was originally scheduled for March 3rd. For context, it was 36 degrees on March 3rd. Today, it's about 90 degrees. Since March, the court has conducted several pretrials, none of which are the actual final pretrial. As of right now, it's been delayed until September 12th. But one might guess we will see even more delays. Will the trial even happen this year? Your guess is as good as mine. I'm sure you have all heard many times the phrase, justice delayed is justice denied. Every additional day waiting for justice sticks in the craw of the Tyson family. Every additional week feels like a knife in the gut to every family in this city whose lives have been shattered by the brutality of the Canton Police Department. Delay is often a tactic used by powerful people to get what they want, which is often getting away with injustice. In your conversations with the Stark County Prosecutor's Office, one thing you can do is encourage the prosecution team to oppose future delays. Another option you have before you is you can ban CPD officers from moonlighting as ICE agents. In addition to witnessing clear collaboration between CPD and ICE, many members of this community have witnessed people they know to be CPD officers also wearing ICE vests and driving ICE vehicles. This was documented by Joshua Brown in early July under the Canton Hall of Shame channel. If you do not want CPD officers to assist in an unknown number of Canton residents being brutalized and kidnapped by this unrestrained federal agency, then you can and should make that abundantly clear in city policy. Justice for Frank Tyson, justice for Zachary Fornash, justice for James Williams, Jerron Nero, Darrell Ross, and Sean Paralotti. The people united will never be defeated. El pueblo unido jamás será dividido.
Thank you, Ms. Bruce. Our next speaker is Mr. Keith Gazette. I know I saw him.
No, he went
He
ahead and
had to
asked
go?
for, yeah, he
Okay.
can remove his name off the list, he said.
Okay, all right. Then we'll move on to our next speaker, who is Mr. Justin Nicely.
It's a nice city, nice one. And always on the platform, I was here tonight to sit there and all stigmas and bullcrap assumptions and delusions that everyone here wants to live in this America. You're not going to pay attention. It's probably why you don't understand what's going on here. You guys want to sit there and constantly talk about how y'all have absolutely nothing to do with child protective services, nothing, okay? But only when you guys want to send Kansas City Police Department to our homes, accuse us of being under the influence of methamphetamine. You know, everybody with a busted grill, you know, we're all a drug addict, right? Couldn't be because they had an accident in '02 that busted their crap in 3 different places, had their shit wire shut for almost 7 weeks, you know, lost all their crap as it was, you know, Coca-Cola habit possibly, a little bit excessive, you know, and then here's the end result. Never touch a hard drug in a day in their life, so, you know, let's go ahead and go off assumptions, y'all. Not listen to them because of such, right? But, you know, Kansas City Police doesn't have anything to do, city can't have nothing to do with child protective services, right? Here's a copy of the drug test from the day when you snatched my kid and my daughter out of the damn arms. Where's all that methamphetamine at, y'all? Anybody ever heard of their kids getting taken for some damn weed? You don't have anything to do with the child protective services. Only when we're speaking out against the $1.4 million levy, right? Which unfortunately only like 70% of you guys voted for. Congratulations to supporting child trafficking. But that looks like Priscilla to me. Everything from your assistant, Mr. Mayor, Kansas City Police Department, Chief Gabbard, Andrew Perry, of course she's not here today. But the city of Canton doesn't have anything to do, right, Mr. Mayor, with child protective services. I don't think they want to set surveillance on us. God forbid you come and sit down and have a dialogue and discuss the issues, but why we're out there in the first place. Well, let's not do that. I mean, Kansas City Police Department doesn't have anything to do with child protective services. Only like, you know, when a 6-year-old little boy is being molested on their watch, and they try to cover the crap up, and then retaliate on a father who did nothing but pass out over 1,000 of these damn police reports that they say didn't exist. They said it didn't exist. There is no police report. How crap is that? But you guys want to turn around, and it's bad enough you surveillance us and follow us and terrorize our damn communities. You don't listen to us. You damn to have a dialogue if you ain't got the guts to. And a damn leader amongst a damn one of you. But now you want to press felony secret indictments on this guy for speaking out against it, saying he threatened caseworkers and off of just the accusation alone. No due process, no investigation, no nothing. I'm going to show up to his home 6 years deep and threaten that man to arrest him. And then now you're trying to violate his ass for his probation too? Every one of y'all, I hope y'all sleep well on you pieces of garbage. I really do. I really do. And change until you change my perspective, I'm gonna be on y'all like white on rice and let everybody know. This is what the city of Canton thinks about justice. Okay? This is from your mayor. Okay? This is what the city of Canton thinks about justice and liberty. This is from your mayor.
That's
disgusting.
It
is,
isn't it?
Isn't that disgusting?
Your time is up. Thank you, Mr. Nice.
I just began, trust.
Sure, we'll see you next week. Next speaker is Ms. Renee Ulrich, or Ulrich, I'm not sure.
I'd be ashamed of yourselves.
Hello, good evening. I am Renee Ulrich, or Renee Ulrich, either in Hebrew or English, formerly of 4112 Street Northeast, Canton, Ohio. I'm a published author, radio and podcast personality, and founding member of the Stark County Committee of Safety in Medina County. I have spoken with you before, voicing warranted concerns about my ongoing gang stalking and personal safety, lack of justice, and specifically asking if Prosecutor Kyle Stone only concerns himself for clout and Facebook likes.
Yep.
Thomas Jefferson said, I tremble for my country when I reflect that God is just and that his justice cannot sleep forever. Someone said America will not fall from the outside. If we falter, it will be from within. When in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them.
Amen.
A decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Amen.
That to pursue these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed.
Amen.
That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to then shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. When you mess with someone, when you underestimate that God is behind them,
Amen.
you never know who knows who. You can't see inside my cell phone. You haven't looked on my Facebook and seen the General Michael Flynn, Mike Lindale, Lincoln Wood. Can't hold a shame. This book is on Amazon. It's 189 pages, 300 pages. It's going to in a revision. Can't hold a shame. I help you clean up your act.
Thank you, Ms. Ulrich.
Trying if they come to the table.
That concludes public speaks. Thank you to our speaker.
I'll have a good night.
We are now under informal resolutions, and we have four.
Hey, hold up
for
that
this
page.
evening. Madam Clerk, will you please read informal
Go ahead.
resolution number
Have a
one?
good night, guys.
Hold up that page.
Personnel
that one?
Committee confirming the appointment of Peter Zaversky to the Stark
Now,
County Regional Planning
This is what they think of that.
commencing August 11, 2025.
I'll upload it when I get home.
2025.
I'll get the rest of the
Thank
meeting.
you. Leader Mario.
Madam President, I move we adopt informal resolution number 1.
Second.
It's moved and seconded to adopt informal resolution number one. Are there any remarks? Hearing none, by voice vote, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, motion carries, and informal resolution number one is adopted. Informal resolution number two, please.
Personnel Committee confirming the appointment of Mr. Peter Zaversky to the Stark County Land Utilization Bank commencing August 11, 2025, no expiration date.
Thank you. Leader Mario.
Madam President, I move we adopt informal resolution number 2.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt informal resolution number two. Are there any remarks? Hearing none, by voice vote, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion carries, the ayes have it, and informal resolution number two is adopted. Informal resolution number three, please.
Personnel Committee confirming the reappointment of Mr. John Jewett to the Income Tax Review Board, retroactive to January 1st, 2024 to December 31st, 2025.
Leader Mario.
Madam President, I move we adopt informal resolution number 3.
Second.
It's moved and seconded to adopt informal resolution number three. Are there any remarks? Hearing none, by voice vote, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, motion carries, and informal resolution number three is adopted. Informal resolution number four, please, Madam Clerk.
Personnel Committee confirming the appointment of Mr. Greg Conrad to the Income Tax Review Board commencing August 11, 2025 to December 31st, 2025.
Leader Mario.
Madam President, I move we adopt informal resolution number 4.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt informal resolution number four. Are there any remarks? Hearing none, by voice vote, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. The ayes have it, motion carries, and informal resolution number four is adopted. And I want to thank the folks that are agreeing to do these positions and volunteer in these capacities. It takes a lot of time and effort, and we're very appreciative to Mr. Jua, Mr. Conrad, and Mr. Saharsky. So thank you. Journal show that all communications are received as read. We are now under ordinances and formal resolutions for their first reading. Madam Clerk, would you please begin with ordinance number 18?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor or director of public service to accept the conveyance of Stark County Auditor parcel number 215261 from PRE 15632 Euclid LLC and to enter into any additional contracts or take the necessary steps to acquire the land at 705 6th Street Northwest and declaring the same to be an emergency. Referred to Community and Economic Development. Number 19, an ordinance amending ordinance number 13, 2015 in the area covered by the tax increment financing provisions of Ohio Revised Code 5709.41, extending the term from 10 years to 30 years and amending the TIF Cooperative Development Agreement and declaring the same to be an emergency. Referred to Community and Economic Development. Number 20, an ordinance authorizing the mayor, director of public service, or director of public safety to enter into a joint facility development and use agreement with the Canton City School District Board of Education for Duber Elementary School and declaring the same to be an emergency. Referred to Community and Economic Development. Number 21, an ordinance vacating a 150-foot-long portion of Seacombe Place Southwest, approving and accepting the replat of lots 683, 684, 685, 686, 687, 40938, 40939, 40940, 40941, part of lot 688 in the vacated portion of Seacombe Place Southwest and declaring the same to be an emergency. Referred to Public Safety and Thoroughfares. Number 22, a resolution authorizing the mayor or director of public service to apply for, accept, and enter into a supplemental water pollution control loan fund agreement on behalf of the city of Canton for planning, design, and or construction of wastewater facilities associated with Schroyer Avenue Southwest Sanitary Sewer Replacement, GP 1380, designating a dedicated repayment source for the loan and declaring the same to be an emergency. Referred to Finance. Number 23, an ordinance authorizing the mayor or director of public service to file any action plan amendments to the city's 2023 and 2025 annual action plans to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development in order to implement the CDBG program, authorizing the mayor or director of public service to enter into all contracts necessary for the timely expenditure of CDBG program funds, and enter into all contracts necessary to allow for effective operation of the program during the grant period, using any and all procurement processes authorized in the codified ordinances or Ohio Revised Code, and declaring the same to be an emergency. Referred to Finance. Number 24, an ordinance authorizing the mayor or director of public service to enter into professional services contracts for design and oversight of the 13th Street Southwest Area Neighborhood Improvement Project, GP 1496, the 19th Street Northeast Area Neighborhood Improvement Project, GP 1495, and the Elgin Avenue Northwest Neighborhood Improvement Project, GP 1478, authorizing the auditor to pay all moral obligations for related contract change orders that are otherwise approved by the Board of Control, pursuant to Canton Codified Ordinance 105.14, amending appropriation ordinance number 55, 2025, and declaring the same to be an emergency. Referred to Finance. Number 25, a resolution approving the statement of services to be provided to the property owners in the 2625 Merritt Street Northeast 2025 annexation area. The approximate date services will be provided, procedure to reconcile incompatible zoning uses upon its being annexed to the city of Canton, Ohio, and declaring the same to be an emergency. Referred to annexation. Number 26, an ordinance ratifying all actions taken prior to the passage of this ordinance pursuant to section 105.04 of the codified ordinances, authorizing the mayor or director of public service to enter into any contracts necessary to respond to the emergency repair of the raw pump at the water reclamation facility, and to open one or more purchase orders in an estimated amount of $26,104 for the purchase of new diffusers for diffuser pilot study at WRF, authorizing the auditor to pay any more obligations from responding to this emergency situation and declaring the same to be an emergency. Referred to Finance, Madam President.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. At this time, the chair will declare in-house recess for the annexation and finance committees to meet regard to ordinances 25 and 26 on your agenda this evening. You are now in recess.
I will call finance to order. It's now 7:36 p.m. Purpose of it is number 26 on your agendas. This is an ordinance ratifying all actions taken prior to the passage of the ordinance pursuant to section 105.04 of the Codified Ordinances, authorizing the mayor and director of public service to enter any contracts necessary to respond to the emergency repair of the raw pump at the water reclamation facility, WRF, and to overrun more purchase orders in an estimated amount of $26,104 for the purchase of new diffusers for a diffuser pilot study at the WRF, authorizing the auditor to pay all more obligations from the responding to this emergency situation and declaring the same to be an emergency.
Mr. Chair and members of the council, we've been a busy couple of weeks at the water reclamation facility. Two things going on here. The first is there are 4 large raw pumps at the head of the plant that pump all of the wastewater into the plant. They have a pumping capacity of 110 million gallons per day. As you may remember from the rate presentation earlier this year, we are currently in the design build procurement process to refurbish all 4 pumps. Long story short, we are, Deb is, or Superintendent Howard is in the process of interviewing and ascertaining who the criteria architect, which is the first step in the process, who that will be. Lo and behold, while we're undergoing this process for the big fix, one of the 4 pumps essentially died in the last 2 weeks. There's this cone valve that is stuck shut, so our pumping capacity is no longer 110 million gallons, it's 82.5, because the order of capacity is down. We have a permanent rule where we are supposed to be able to treat an instantaneous flow of 88 million gallons, so 82.5 is less than 88, thus we have a problem. We need to send out this cone valve to a company in Pennsylvania, the only company we're aware of that does this. There's an 8-week turnaround time, and they will not do so until we have the PO. So we're coming before council requesting the emergency PO to get this pump fixed before the wet season in the fall. The next thing that's happening is pertaining to diffusers. Unfortunately, Superintendent Howard cannot be here tonight. My oversimplification of this would drive her crazy. Long story short, there's like 1,400 little pipe apparatus that are in the membranes. They help with pushing oxygen into the membranes for the biological process. What has happened since the membranes were installed is that the diffusers in some cases have started to fail. Unfortunately, the company that makes the diffusers no longer makes the diffusers. This isn't like a Energizer to Duracell, though, that you have to go through this entire engineering process to ascertain what type of diffuser would work. We were planning to come to council for an informal resolution to purchase some diffusers for a study to see if we can switch over 1 train of diffusers and if they will work properly. That's the $26,104. The reason why we're asking for more a blanket authority to purchase the diffusers is evidently some diffusers have become available that were held for European plants are now available for us to purchase, or not just us, anyone to purchase, first come, first serve. So we're hoping to open the POs tomorrow to purchase about 400 diffusers so that we have them in stock so that we can A, replace the ones that are broken, have some in stock so that when others break, all while doing this other study to ascertain if this other diffuser would work when we have to ultimately replace them all. Happy to answer any questions, try to summarize that quickly.
Okay. I think we lost half of us. So you're buying 400 of these diffusers, and this is a study to see if the diffusers are going to work?
No, there's 2 different pieces. We're buying 200 new, like a different brand of diffusers for the study to put approximately, you have to buy them in lots of 42. So that is the 378 estimate. So the plan would be then to have a couple hundred of those that will replace diffusers that need replaced like now, not in the study train, but in the other trains. And then we would have a couple hundred diffusers in stock, so that as these things continue to fail, we have diffusers so that we have them to replace them while we figure out if this other type of diffuser will work. So yes, it is great. I hope that helped.
We have to find a new company that the current supplier of water manufacturing.
That'll help.
Right. So, yeah, so sort of like when we bought those things on the side of the house to track something, the batteries didn't last. Once again, we bought something that wasn't worth it. Thanks.
Yeah. When you purchase something, you get it, know what the company is going to stay in business. Well, we're going to test out the new ones to see if this new company will be compatible with what we
Yeah, and the problem is anything you do with the wastewater treatment plant is specifically engineered, and you can't just switch stuff out without this huge undertaking.
Any questions or concerns? And now we will sign that out. It is now 7:42 p.m.
All right, it is 7:43. Let's call annexation order. It is number 25 on your agenda, a resolution approving the statement of service to provide to the property owners at 2625 Marette Street Northeast, 2025 annexation area. Approximate date of service will be provided. Procedures to reconcile incompatible zoning use upon it being annexed into the city of Canton and declaring the same to be an emergency. Mr. Daly.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of council. This area for proposed annexation is at the corner of Merritt and Morris Northeast. Right out there off of Route 62. This is about a little over 2 acres that we're going to be proposing for annexation. We're just asking for a statement of services that will be provided to the property on annexation. We're asking for first reading passage so that we can accommodate the strict schedule of annexation filings that the state prescribes.
Any questions? Okay, we'll sign it out. 7:44. That concludes annexation.
Thank you, Member Morris. Council is now reconvening after the recess. Leader Muriel.
Madam President, I move to suspend Rule 22A and ordinances 25 and 26 back to this evening's agenda.
Second.
Moved and seconded to suspend Rule 22A, place ordinances 25 and 26 back on this evening's agenda. Are there any remarks? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Merrill,
Aye.
Babcock,
Aye.
Geovasis,
Aye.
Crystal Smith,
Aye.
Maley,
Aye.
Kimbrough,
Aye.
Scaglione,
Aye.
Chris Smith, Fisher, Cooks, Sacco, Morris. 12 yeas, Madam President.
Thank you. Motion carries and ordinances 25 and 26 are now a legal part of your agenda. Leader.
Madam President, I move to suspend the statutory rules on ordinances 25 and 26.
Second.
It's moved and seconded to suspend the statutory rules on ordinances 25 and 26. Are there any remarks? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Merrill,
Aye.
Babcock, Geovasis, Crystal Smith, Maley, Kimbrough, Scaglione, Chris Smith, Fisher, Cooks, Sacco, Morris. 12 yeas, Madam President.
Thank you. The motion carries. You've heard the three readings, Leader.
Madam President, I move we adopt ordinance number 25.
Second.
It's moved and seconded that you adopt ordinance number 25. Are there any further remarks under this ordinance? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Merrill,
Aye.
Babcock, Geovasis, Crystal Smith, Maley, Kimbrough, Scaglione, Chris Smith, Fisher, Cooks, Sacco, Morris. 12 yeas, Madam President.
Thank you. Motion carries and ordinance number 25 has been adopted. Leader Merrill.
Madam President, I move we adopt ordinance number 26.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that you adopt ordinance number 26. Are there any further remarks under this ordinance? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Merrill,
Aye.
Babcock, Geovasis, Crystal Smith, Maley, Kimbrough, Scaglione, Chris Smith, Fisher, Cooks, Sacco, Morris. 12 yeas, Madam President.
Thank you. Motion carries and ordinance number 26 has been adopted. We are now under ordinances and formal resolutions for their second reading. Madam Clerk, would you please begin with ordinance number 27?
An ordinance amending Chapter 1131, definitions of Title 7, and Chapter 1166, flood hazard zoning district of Title 13 of the Canton Codified Ordinances. Number 28, an ordinance amending ordinance number 9, 2024 as amended to establish the attached exhibit as the classification plan for the police and fire departments, bargaining unit personnel employed by the city of Canton, and declaring the same to be an emergency. Number 29, an ordinance authorizing the mayor or director of public service to advertise, receive bids, award, and execute any contracts necessary for the Gross Avenue Northeast Water Main Replacement Project. Authorizing the city to receive grant funds in the amount of $600,000 and a 0% interest loan in the amount of $900,000 for the project. Authorizing the auditor to pay all moral obligations for contract change orders that are otherwise approved by the Board of Control pursuant to Canton Codified Ordinance 105.14. Authorizing the auditor to establish the 5256 Gross Avenue Northeast Water Main Replacement Project Fund, amending appropriation ordinance number 55/2025, and declaring the same to be an emergency. Number 30, an ordinance authorizing the auditor to pay all moral obligations necessary to close the Ohio Department of Transportation SBA US 62 24.05 PIB 10824 project, amending appropriation ordinance number 55/2025, and declaring the same to be an emergency. For defining. I'm sorry, not for
Thank you. We are now under ordinances and formal resolutions for their third reading and final vote. Madam Clerk, would you please begin with ordinance number 31?
An ordinance amending Title 3, Utilities of Part 9, Streets, Utilities, and Public Services Code to add a new chapter, 965, Stormwater Utility. Madam President.
Thank you. Leader Merrill.
Madam President, I move we adopt ordinance number 31.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we adopt ordinance number 31. Are there any remarks? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Merrill.
Aye.
Babcock. Geovasis. Crystal Smith. Maley. Kimbrough. Scaglione. Chris Smith. Fisher. Cooks. Sacco. Morris. 12 yeas, Madam President.
Thank Thank you. Motion carries and ordinance number 31 is adopted. Ordinance number 32, please.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor or director of public safety to accept the Downtown Canton Partnership Grant in the amount of $6,000 to be utilized towards the implementation of Mural Fest, amending appropriation ordinance number 55, 2025, and declaring the same to be an emergency.
Thank you. Leader Merrill.
Madam President, I move we adopt ordinance number 32.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt ordinance number 32. Are there any remarks? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Merrill.
Aye.
Babcock. Geovasis. Crystal Smith. Maley. Kimbrough. Scaglione. Chris Smith. Fisher. Cooks. Sacco. Morris. 12 yeas, Madam President.
Thank you. The motion carries and ordinance number 32 is adopted. Ordinance number 33, please.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor or director of public safety to accept the Start Stories America 250 grant in the amount of $25,000 from the Visit Canton and Arts and Start to be utilized towards the implementation and advancement of the Reimaging Port Initiative, amending appropriation ordinance number 55, 2025, and declaring the same to be an emergency. Madam President.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Leader Merrill.
Madam President, I move we adopt ordinance number 33.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt ordinance number 33. Are there any remarks? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Merrill.
Aye.
Babcock. Geovasis. Crystal Smith. Maley. Kimbrough. Scaglione. Chris Smith. Fisher. Cooks. Sacco. Morris. 12 yeas, Madam President.
Thank you. The motion carries and ordinance number 33 is adopted. Ordinance number 34, please.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor or director of public safety to accept the America 250 Ohio grant in the amount of $5,000 from the America 250 Ohio Commission to be utilized towards the Untold Stories of Canton digital media presentation, amending appropriation ordinance number 55, 2025, and declaring the same to be an emergency. Madam President.
Thank you. Leader Merrill.
Madam President, I move we adopt ordinance number 34.
Second.
It's moved and seconded that you adopt ordinance number 34. Are there any remarks? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Merrill.
Aye.
Babcock.
Aye.
Geovasis. Crystal Smith. Maley. Kimbrough. Scaglione. Chris Smith. Fisher. Cooks. Sacco. Morris. 12 yeas, Madam President.
Thank you. The motion carries and ordinance 34 is adopted. Ordinance number 35, please.
An ordinance authorizing the auditor to pay moral obligations for PHI Air Medical in an amount not to exceed $23,761 and declaring the same to be an emergency. Madam President.
Thank you. Leader Merrill.
Madam President, I move we adopt ordinance number 35.
Second.
It's moved and seconded to adopt ordinance number 35. Are there any remarks? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Merrill.
Aye.
Babcock. Geovasis. Crystal Smith. Maley. Kimbrough. Scaglione. Chris Smith. Fisher. Cooks. Sacco. Morris. 12 yeas, Madam President.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. The motion carries and ordinance number 35 is adopted. Ordinance number 36, please.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor or director of public safety to utilize a sub-grant titled Kansas City Violent Crime Reduction Initiative for overtime in the police department, authorizing the auditor to rename Fund 2774, amending appropriation ordinance number 55, 2025, and declaring the same to be an emergency. Madam President.
Thank you. Leader Merrill.
Madam President, I move we adopt ordinance number 36.
Second.
It's moved and seconded to adopt ordinance number 36. Are there any remarks? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Merrill.
Aye.
Babcock. Geovasis. Crystal Smith. Maley. Kimbrough. Scaglione. Chris Smith. Fisher. Cooks. Sacco. Morris. 12 yeas, Madam President.
Thank you. The motion carries and ordinance number 36 is adopted. Ordinance number 37, please.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor or director of public safety to utilize a sub-grant titled Violence and Addiction Controls Initiative for overtime in the police department, authorizing the auditor to rename Fund 2788, amending appropriation ordinance number 55, 2025, and declare the same to be an emergency. Madam President.
Thank you. Leader Merrill.
Madam President, I move we adopt ordinance number 37.
Second.
It's moved and seconded to adopt ordinance number 37. Are there any remarks? Hearing
President.
Thank you. The motion carries and ordinance number 37 is adopted. Ordinance number 38, please.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor, director of public service, or their designee to establish the fair market value of real property, enter into agreements for the purchase, acquisition of these parcels, enter into agreements for the sale or donation of city-owned property for permanent road right-of-way, utility easements and/or temporary construction easements for the Shared Growth Southeast Area Improvements Project, make ministerial changes to correct property owner names, parcel numbers, and other numerical, descriptive, or typographical errors should they occur, declaring the intent to appropriate the parcels if the negotiated settlement cannot be reached, and declaring the same to be an emergency. Madam President.
Thank you. Leader Merrill.
Madam President, I move we adopt ordinance number 38.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt ordinance number 38. Are there any remarks? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Merrill.
Aye.
Babcock.
Aye.
Geovasis. Crystal Smith. Maley.
Aye.
Kimbrough. Scaglione.
Aye.
Chris Smith. Fisher. Cooks. Sacco. Morris. 12 yeas, Madam President.
Thank you. Motion carries and ordinance number 38 is adopted. Ordinance number 39, please.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor or director of public service to enter into change order number 1 with Winger Excavating Inc. in an amount not to exceed $114,573.04 for the Perry Heights Water Main Replacement Project Phase 2. Amending appropriation ordinance number 55/2025, authorizing the auditor to pay all moral obligations related to this change order and declaring the same to be an emergency. Madam President.
Thank you. Leader Merrill.
Madam President, I move we adopt ordinance number 39.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt ordinance number 39. Are there any remarks? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Merrill.
Aye.
Babcock.
Aye.
Geovasis. Crystal Smith. Maley. Kimbrough. Scaglione. Chris Smith. Fisher. Cooks. Sacco. Morris. 12 yeas, Madam President.
Thank you. The motion carries and ordinance number 39 is adopted. Ordinance number 40, please.
An ordinance amending appropriation ordinance number 55/2025 and declaring the same to be an emergency. Madam President.
Thank you. Leader Merrill.
Madam President, I move we adopt ordinance number 40.
Second.
It's moved and seconded to adopt ordinance number 40. Are there any remarks, please?
Madam President, I move we amend ordinance 40 for the copy that all council members have in front of them.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to amend ordinance 40 by the copy for everyone in front of them. Do you have a copy of that? All right, by voice vote, all those in favor of this amendment signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Oh, do you have a comment? Go ahead.
Can I find out what the changes on this and read through that? For the changes on?
Sure. Go ahead.
Madam President, members of council, I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago. Probably the easier thing would just be to explain what is in here overall. So, first thing is a supplemental appropriation from the capital fund. First is for the East Tusk Streetscape Phase 3 project. That is the project that is partially funded with federal grant dollars. We were just short there. The second one is there is a project on Maryland Avenue Southwest, Boulevard project that was approved with the capital budget. We are $2,000 short there. Then there was the Belden Avenue Northeast Bridge project, and that is the Belden Avenue Bridge by Republic Storage. We needed a $1,259 supplemental appropriation of grant funds. The project is grant funded, but after the bid came in, we were short there. Then we have a couple of appropriation transfers. The first, we talked a couple of weeks ago about doing the OJ's Parkway project. Next year, we have 2 years of municipal road grant funds to make that a bigger, better project. So we're moving those funds back to engineering admin to pay for a large crack seal contract with an outside vendor. They'll be doing main roads, and then our in-house works department will focus on residential roads. Then we have another appropriation transfer moving funds from the Cleveland Avenue Northwest paving project that came in under budget to the 15th Street Northwest Neighborhood Improvement Project. That's the first half of that neighborhood project. That one came in over budget, so we're just moving money there. And then for accounting purposes, with the way the Sheriff Road and 11th Street projects are shaking out, it makes more sense to run work being done along Cherry with 11th Street. So for the sidewalk streetscape there, we need to move funds from the Sheriff org to the 11th Street org. We still work in the same general vicinity, we're just moving those funds from one to the other. That is everything being done here, both as originally given to you in the communication and with the amendment. You can thank Engineer Barnes every time we have one. I get like 9 more after we send it down, so try to get my money's worth with these.
Thank you very much, Director. Are there any other remarks? All right, I'm going to kind of start over. It was moved and seconded to amend ordinance number 40 for the copy before each of you. And hearing no further remarks by voice vote, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, the motion carries.
Madam President, I move we adopt ordinance number 40 as amended.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt ordinance 40 as amended. Are there any remarks under this ordinance as amended? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Merrill?
Aye.
Babcock?
Aye.
Gevasis? Crystal Smith? Maley? Kimbrough? Scaglione? Chris Smith? Fisher? Cooks? Sacco? Morris? 12 yeas, Madam President.
Thank you. The motion carries and ordinance number 40 has amended, has been adopted. We are now under announcement of committee meetings. Our next meeting date will be August the 25th, 2025. The meeting will start at 6:15 p.m. Community and Economic Development Committee. Mr. Cooks. Thank you. Public Safety and Thoroughfares Committee.
Madam President, Public Safety and Thoroughfare Committee will meet same time, same place.
Thank you. Finance Committee.
Madam President, Finance Committee, same time, same place.
And finally, Annexation Committee. Yes, Peter.
Yeah, I'll be there.
I didn't see thank you. We are now under city announcements. Mayor Scheer, are there any city announcements?
I got a couple, Madam President. I want to be very clear that, yes, there was an ice raid recently down at ATZ galvanizing in Canton. But I want to make it also very clear that 100% the Canton PD was not involved in that at all. No personnel, even though some people may not believe that. I'm just going on record and saying that our guys, Canton PD, had no involvement at all. It was strictly the feds and the Stark County Sheriff's Office working in conjunction. It was not Canton PD. And I also want to recognize tonight Kelly Lear. So my year and a half of being in this position, I have always appreciated your reporting and just the honest truth and how important the press is today, especially in today's environment. Kelly, and I don't know if it's a secret now, but Kelly will be leading the repository for the Akron Beacon Grove. So we are going to wish you to come to council, but I just want to wish you the best.
Thank you, Mayor, and yes, congratulations, we will miss you. We are now under miscellaneous business. Is there any miscellaneous business that any of the members wish to bring before the body? Yes, Member Fisher.
Okay, first I'd like to say congratulations, Kelly. As everybody knows, the city's been working on a climate action and sustainability plan for, about a year now. And today, the survey, there's a community survey that went live. So the community can weigh in on what they would like to see in this plan. We We've had several public meetings regarding this. We've had some pretty decent turnouts, but now's the chance for, I mean, literally, if everybody in the city wanted to, they could go on this, it's on Survey Monkey, and it'll be on the city's website starting tomorrow. So anybody who wants to weigh in on this, has any ideas about, you know, how we can fight climate change and improve the city in that way, I encourage you to go on there and take this test. And it's 16 questions. There's no right or wrong answer. Well, there are some wrong answers, but I'll leave those out of it. And you fill in, you pick on the button that has whatever it is you want to see, or you can write in whatever it is you want to see. So please do look at that, and I think the plan will be ready in the fall, around. Yeah. So please, I encourage you to take a look at it. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Member Fisher. Are there any other miscellaneous business pieces that anyone needs to bring before the body?
President, I just want to congratulate Kelly. I'm not saying it. You've been doing this for 33 years, but for the most part, you've been reporting on any elected position that I've been in for 35 years. You've always been very professional. I wish you the best.
Any other miscellaneous business? Yes, Member Stokes.
I'd like to mention Walking with Purpose had an event this past weekend, talent show around town, Centennial Plaza, and with the some equipment from the Canton Police Department and things like that, and some of the council people, Chris Smith, Zach Cole, Mr. Sackman, Mr. Fisher, they're also, thanks to Mr. Fisher, here, and a lot of events that has gone on in the community throughout the summer. I think even all. So it was a very good event, and you know that Walking with Purpose is a group that we like to support, and they're doing great things, and it's a great event.
Terrific. Yes, Member Fisher. Thank you, Mr. Stokes.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to say, the last We Believe in Canton event is this Wednesday at Stadium Park at shelter number 2. That's the shelter right across from the Timken gatehouse that they're redoing. This is it for the summer, and hopefully next February we'll have another one, but I encourage everybody in the city to come out and attend this. It's a great thing.
Thank you very much, Member Fisher. Is there any other miscellaneous business?
Madam President.
You guys are wearing me out tonight. Okay, go ahead, Member Merrill.
So downtown Canton is a unique downtown because if you go down there, you know most businesses are locally owned. You don't see a lot of chain stores. And that's a unique thing and a great thing for this community. Many of the owners live in the city of Canton. So when the Vice President has a chance to come to the city and make claims about downtown that could prevent people from coming and going to those locally owned businesses, that hurts them. It is something that is not out of the ordinary for J.D. Vance to say. He is known for being somebody who says things untrue that further his political agenda. This is a guy who called his boss, who is boss now, America's Hitler, and now serves as his vice president. A man that saw what happened on January 6th and treats it like it was a Girl Scout meeting. So it's unserious comments by somebody who has a track record of being unserious. But I will say the thing that upsets me the most is that there were county officials, state representative officials who serve this community, who represent this area, and who were there when this was said and had no comment to negate it, knowing that it's not true. And that was very, very disappointing to me. So I think it's important to call that out, but also to let the public know that there are your neighbors' own businesses in downtown Canton. And they work very hard to provide a good service. And it is safe to go down there. I take my kids there. I went down there. My father lives downtown. It is a wonderful place. And remember that when you're choosing a restaurant to go to or have a night out. So thank you.
I couldn't agree with you more. Everyone knows I spend a lot of time downtown, because I'm friends with all the others. So, but anyway, okay, Member Smith.
Yes, I would like to let everybody know that on Friday, starting at 12 o'clock, there'll be a school giveaway. Supplies, there's over 500 pair of shoes that will be given away. That's going to be at the Southeast Playground, which is located at the Canton School. So please come out. There will be a lot of resources there for parents. So please come out and enjoy the day that's starting at 12 o'clock. That's this Friday at Canton School. Thank you. That's in Ward 4. I don't know why he didn't know that, but he just asked me what ward that's in. He already knows. The Nate wants y'all to know that's the old Lake Rock School. They're killing me over here, telling me. Well, thank you. That's terrific to know. So everybody know that. Tell your friends. Noon on Friday for school supplies and shoes. All right. Anything else? Then Leader Muriel.
Madam President, move feature.
Roll call vote, please.
Muriel. Babcock. Geovasis. Crystal Smith. Maley. Pembroke. Scaglione. Chris Smith. Fisher. Cooks. Sacco. Morris. 12 yeas, Madam President.
Thank you. We are adjourned.